It's turkey time here in the UP. We'll be hanging out with some guys who make Turkey Camp an annual event. 9 million acres of forest, 1,700 miles of continuous shoreline, 4,300 lakes, 12,000 miles of streams, more than 300 waterfalls, 15 counties, 2 time zones, and 1 area code. Welcome to the Upper Peninsula. Welcome to 906 Outdoors. Turkey season runs from mid-April to the end of May here in the Upper Peninsula. For turkey hunting fanatics, there's no better time of year. I had the opportunity to hang out with just such a group of fanatics who make getting together for Turkey Camp an annual tradition.
I hadn't turkey hunted before coming to the camp, and now I'm hooked for life.
I was breathing uncontrollably and shaking on that tree. It's just, I can't get enough of it. And
Mark got me started, and Curtis got me hooked.
Oh, that is everything you're looking for in a hunt right there. I love sharing moments like this with good friends like this.
This is what it's all about.
Yeah.
We've got 8 guys at the Big Cedar River Lodge Turkey Camp. Myself, Joe Roscoe, Ron Berry, who couldn't make it this year, Vince Studer, Dave Ashby, Kyle Pyatt, my son Kyle Bartell, and then of course the great Darren Grondin. But this year we've harvested 7 birds, all toms, in 2.5 days. And last year we were fortunate enough to harvest 7 in 3 days. So it's kind of a record for us this year. Just been a phenomenal season. We ended up with 2 on the first day on Thursday, 4 yesterday, which would have been Friday, and then last one today.
Yeah,
this morning.
Joe got a special one. He doubled up with his son, and his kid will never forget that. I guarantee that.
Right.
And
Son's first turkey.
Yeah, and he was extremely excited for that. So.
Yeah. So no, I guess we got 8.
8.
Yeah.
8. Yeah, because you got to get Tyler's.
Yeah.
So it is an official record.
Yeah. Father-son double. Can't beat that.
Gotta be patient, gotta be patient.
Pheasant. I'm telling you, we could do scoot and shoot right now, but that's hard. Yeah, I'll just park over the hill and we'll come up, try to calm over the hill. We just seen some birds down the field, 2 gobblers and a hen, and I messed with these birds before, and they usually don't like to come in the calls, and I'm gonna do a little scooting shooting, it's called. Get this decoy right here, and you crawl behind it and try to intimidate the mature gobbler to come in running to beat it up. We're gonna go see if it works and give them a try.
906 Outdoors is brought to you by Race Driven.
Get in touch with your adventurous side and find your drive with Race Driven. As an online retailer, dealership, and manufacturer, we can provide power sport enthusiasts with virtually any part or accessories for ATV, UTV, and motorcycles. Customer driven, quality driven, race driven.
I started turkey hunting back in 1999. My friend Mark Skaggs talked me into putting in and purchasing a turkey permit. Said I'd like turkey hunting more than deer hunting, and I had my doubts. So Mark got me started in turkey hunting, and he introduced me to Darren's older brother, Curtis. And Mark got me started, and Curtis got me hooked. The guy was a phenomenal turkey hunter, phenomenal sportsman, outdoorsman.
We got 2 big gobblers out here. We're gonna go try and calm over this ridge over here. You got 1 hen, 2 big strutters. We got Dave Ashby on the shotgun. Dan Bartell, spectator. you gotta try to display, and you know, you see a turkey out in the open field, you know, he's constantly going back and forth and strutting, and his tail fan's coming up and down, and you just gotta mimic that and try to get him mad enough to come in running at you, and then hold on for the ride because it's gonna be intense. I recommend to only do this on private land that you're only hunting. Don't do it on public land because somebody could shoot you.
One morning I was hunting with Curtis, and we were set up in some popple trees, and Curtis literally called in a barred owl with his own voice and was talking with the barred owl as the barred owl was perched just above our heads. I was amazed at what he had done. It was just incredible. I ended up hunting with a couple other buddies from work, and the three of us started the Big Cedar River Lodge Turkey Camp. This year it's grown to 8 people, 8 guys, 8 friends that, you know, over the course of the year don't get to spend a lot of time together. From the Monday after turkey camp until the Wednesday before, this is what we all look forward to. This is our weekend, so we're fortunate enough to have Darren along with us. He's carried on his brother's legacy in an incredible fashion. He's every bit the turkey hunter that his brother was, and Curtis would be damn proud. I'll tell you that.
Curtis has started many of hunters on turkey hunting. Like Dan said, the camp grew, and it's a great time at camp. I'm gonna be thinking about it when it's done Sunday. I'm gonna be thinking about it all year till it gets back next year. I look forward to it. Like, great guys, I love spending time with them.
Like Dan was saying, him Ron, and Joe Roscoe got it going. About 5 years ago, they invited myself and Kyle Pyatt, which we all work together. But like Dan said, we don't get to spend a lot of time together. We have obviously different schedules. I hadn't turkey hunted before coming to the camp, and now I'm hooked for life. Just a bond we get to spend together all weekend long. You know, share those memories together, and this is what it's all about.
Yeah. Did you see them how they hung around there? Yeah. But when they both started strutting and they were letting me come. But I told him, I got him alongside me. I was like, dude, this should be close enough. And he's like, I don't know. It's so hard to judge this.
It's hard.
Yeah.
He was out there quite a ways still.
We didn't spook him too bad. We can come after him in the morning.
Right. No, I mean, they're still out there. He's strutting again.
There's a hen coming towards us now, a different hen.
It's just, I can't get enough of it. And I love sharing moments like this with good friends like this.
906 Outdoors is brought to you by Cooking Wild Seasonings. Make it fresh, make it yours. Cooking Wild Seasonings summer sausage. Regular, jalapeno, and garlic. Get yours today at cookingwildseasonings.com.
Oh my God, Bubba.
What a hunt, man.
Oh my God, Bubba. Woo! Give me some, brother. Give me some, man. Dude, Daniel, that was bad.
That's a big one.
You got the big dog we were after. Give me some. Oh my God, was that awesome. Damn, my heart is pounding so bad.
It just hurt my hand. My hands are numb. Hold on the gun, you know?
How about that, Bubba?
It was awesome.
If you weren't shaking, there's something wrong with you.
He got some spurs.
Oh yeah, he's got a rope. He was the strutter, right?
Yeah.
Good job. Oh my goodness.
They came from a ways away.
Yeah, they did.
Did you see him running?
Yeah. I think he was the biggest one of the three.
I go to dig in my vest. I'm digging around, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna put the purr to him. No stick.
I think he was the biggest of them three.
Oh yeah, he was the one strutting.
They come right into that hen.
Yeah. Oh my God. 3 longbeards. I thought they were Jakes.
They weren't.
Hammered. No,
They were all longbeards. Nice.
Fan them out.
Yep.
Congratulations, Jake.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Nice hunt, man.
Look at the rope on that. Oh man. Get in here, Dano. Oh my God, Bubba, that was something. That's what you wake up for in the morning right there.
Yeah.
We came here yesterday and me and Dave tried to scoot and shoot on this one and another longbeard. They picked up a 3rd longbeard during the roost sometime.
Point, yeah.
And came out this morning and it took a little bit to find him and locate him. And Dano located him with the crow call and we got on him and set up and they come a 40.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
On a dead sprint, I mean, looking for love, and they found the 12 gauge.
3.5 inch.
3.5 inch. Bubba, here you go. Say a little something to my brother. He would have loved that hunt.
Yeah, he's here with us for sure.
Yeah, he is.
You know,
he is. If it wasn't for him, none of us would be doing this.
right? He made it all possible
Yeah.
and got everybody into it, you know?
Yep. So, go ahead, sprinkle some out. Thanks, Curtis. Thanks for getting Dan started, and it's grown from there. Oh my God, you cannot.
What a feeling,
you
eh?
cannot give me some, man. You can't ask for nothing better
No,
than
that
that
was
right
awesome.
there. Off the
perfect.
roost, early morning, and somebody wanted to sleep in this morning. I ain't saying who, but oh, till next year.
Yep.
Attaboy, Bubba.
Perfect.
Glad you can see that, man. That worked perfect. Dude, that is a stud.
What makes a hunt like this so special? A lot of things, I'm sure. It's just being in the outdoors. Watching the sun sneak up over the top of the tree line on a brisk morning. It's the sounds and the smells of the woods. The sense of amazement that comes when everything works like it's supposed to, and all the pieces fall into place. It's the feeling that comes that split second after pulling the trigger. When all the anticipation, all the suspense, all those pieces flash through your mind at once and pour out in an explosion of excitement and relief. It's sharing that experience with your buddies, and then sharing it again back at camp, and again tomorrow.
Oh, that is everything you're looking for in a hunt right there.
For some, it's just sharing what they have to offer. Taking what they've learned from time spent in the woods and from others, and sharing it forward. We're all hunters together. Some are shooters, some are callers, some are teachers, and some, the special ones, can think like a deer and act like a turkey. Whatever challenge they pursue, they'll conquer it with fervent gusto. They'll swim with the fishes, fly with the birds, and live forever in the woods. And their spirit will surround us forever.
That is what we're at camp for right there. Thanks, Curtis.
Today's show is brought to you in part by Rapid River Knife Works.
Rapid River Knife Works is the largest custom knife factory showroom in Michigan. Hunting knives, pocket knives, and kitchen knives. Watch your custom knife being made and engraved. Free laser engraving with your personal message or company logo. Lifetime warranty on every knife and free sharpening. Bring the family and visit Rapid River Knife Works today.
A while back, we were at Pleasant View Orchard for some lessons on pruning apple trees. Here's a look at grafting.
Most years I like to do some grafting. You have to buy the rootstocks. Again, the rootstock, you want the tree to grow on the characteristics that you want. You try growing a Cortland tree from a seed from a Cortland apple, you will not get a Cortland apple. apple trees have to cross-pollinate, and you get a mix of genetics, and you'll get something entirely different. If you want a Cortland tree, you have to basically clone the tree, and you do that by cutting off a branch on the Cortland tree. And what you want is last year's growth. Now this happens to be last year's growth, a pretty strong growth, and you can always tell where the growth started. First of all, there's a little difference in color. It's going to be a little darker, last year's growth. Then there'll be a little bit of a ring around the branch where last year's growing started. So you cut that off. These are all buds that are possible for grafting. I like a decent size thickness because, as you'll see, the rootstocks come on generally a thicker stem than this, but it's hard to find a diameter bigger than this. So you work with what you got. You want a branch, like say last year's growth, and it should have good sun exposure so that the buds are nice and strong. Okay, what I've got here is some grafting wax that I'm heating up. It's of course in a solid form, and I have to get it melted so that I can work with it. Back in early March, I went out and cut some cyan wood. These happen to be Zestar. And by the way, the Zestar has a patent on it that hasn't expired yet, so I have to pay a royalty for every tree that I graft. So when I first started doing this, and I haven't been doing it too many years, I used the traditional method, which was to take a knife and cut at a slant, cut the cyan wood at a slant. This is the rootstock, cut a matching notch or slant on the rootstock, and then notch the cut here, corresponding notch on here, fit them together. Well, the very first tree I tried, I cut my thumb. And I said, that's enough of that. So what I did is I went out and bought a grafting tool. And this really works nice. The first thing I'm going to do is find a couple good buds, and there are a lot of them on this branch. You don't want the ones down close to last year's growth or too close. And you don't want the ones on the end, because these would be undeveloped buds. You want something in this range. What I do is I pick out a nice fat bud, and I cut below that. I've got to get it nice and square on there. I guess you call that an omega style cut. I want to leave 2 or 3 buds, which I hope will sprout. So I cut the branch off above that top bud. Now we've got exposed stem, and I gotta wax that, keep it from drying out. So I just dip it in my pruning wax, make sure it's covered good, and make a corresponding cut on the rootstock. This happens to be a G41 rootstock out of Geneva, New York. Ideally, you want identical diameters. At least 90% of the time they aren't. My little branch is smaller than the rootstock. Okay, I'm going to make a cut here, and I got to make sure I'm going in the right direction, that I don't do it upside down. Okay, now I've got a matching cut. Slide the two together. You want the cambium layers to line up. Now, because the cyan wood is more narrow than the rootstock, you want a good match on one side. Of course, they're not lined up on here, but all you need is to have good contact on one side. Now that looks about as good as I can get. So what I'm going to do now is put the grafting wax all the way around. You got to seal it up so that it doesn't dry out. Now, this is a different technique than what I've used in the past. I always used to use electrician's tape. So I said, I'm going to try this technique right here and use graft wax on this as well. And I think it's going to work. Well, time will tell. This is my 100th one here this spring, and I started a couple of weeks ago, an hour or two at a time. And as soon as you can work the dirt, which is now, I will go out and plant them in my orchard pretty close together so that they're easy to manage. Weeding is a problem, as you can imagine. So I'll plant them about 12 inches apart, and I've got 3 buds exposed. When they get about that long, I choose the longest one and I leave it on there and I rub off the other 2 because you only want 1 stem growing. And so you keep it weeded, keep it watered, and the first year, if you're fortunate, you'll get growth about 10 inches. And you got to keep the rabbits away, keep the mice away, however you can do that. And the second year, it'll grow a bit more. And by the 3rd year, you can plant it out in its permanent spot. So it's very simple process. It's kind of fun to do, to create your own trees. And it's especially nice if you've got, I've had a number of people say that, there's an apple tree on my grandpa's farm that I remember picking apples there 40 years ago. I'd like to save that tree. Well, this is one way you can do it. Take a cutting during the dormant season, get a hold of a rootstock, whether you want dwarf, semi-dwarf, whatever, and go ahead and graft. It's kind of fun to do.
Be sure to join 906 Outdoors on Facebook to see where we've been and where we're going, and get a glimpse of what's happening around the UP. Thanks for sticking around, and we'll see you next week right here on 906 Outdoors.